And welcome to the Damn Good Friends podcast, episode 82. We got a special guest on, but before we start all that good stuff, as always, the views, informations, or opinions expressed during the Damn Good Friends podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and are not affiliated with any military government organization. This podcast is not endorsed by, directly affiliated with, maintained, authorized, or sponsored by any branch of the military, the Department of War, or the U.S. government. The content provided is for general informational purposes only. It does not constitute professional or legal advice. But honestly, today with our special guest, I definitely want to learn a few things. I know we've had some guests on before that I typically try to give them a label, and they tell me that label doesn't stick. But Mr. Jase Groesbeck, am I pronouncing that right?
Close enough, man.
Oh no! Hey,
you're good.
My last name is Innes, and people pronounce it Innes, and I hate that. So I like to pronounce people's names right.
Well, at least it's not anus.
We call him Brother Innes.
I walked into that one. But man, I'm gonna call you a professional Western hunter because you've done some amazing things out there, and I bet most of it's DIY, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've ever hired a guide for anything. So I have been a guide out here for a few years. So
that's awesome. Making money doing some
Heck
amazing
yeah,
shit.
Dude. That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Lately, the past couple of years, I've been doing just kind of nonprofit, taking kids out and stuff like that. So
very cool.
Heck yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Just primarily hunting, or are you doing hunting and fishing, or?
Mainly just hunting because the fishing is a little regulated with the public lands for guiding. So,
gotcha.
Even if it's nonprofit.
Nice.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, but before I ask a background question, well, so doing the non-for-profit stuff, how long have you been living out and guiding out in the area that you're in?
I lived out in Idaho for 10 years. And I professionally guided for an outfit here for, I think it was 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I love that. I just couldn't do it full time. I went to work and, now I kind of just take kids out and, I did a few hunts with Wishes for Warriors. So I enjoy the nonprofit. I'd rather not get paid to do something I love. So.
That's noble, man.
Absolutely.
What is Wishes for Warriors?
I don't think they're still active now, but it was wounded veterans.
Okay.
I did some turkey hunts for them guys, and yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We love to be able to support our veteran community and whatnot, and we've helped a few veterans go on hunting trips and fishing trips. So always interested in learning more about that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, Jase, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How'd you get into hunting? And who was your role model for hunting? That kind of stuff.
Oh man, I've been hunting since I was 5 years old. I was riding on my dad's shoulders. I grew up in the East Coast, upstate New York. Lived in Vermont for a long time. I grew up turkey hunting, waterfowl hunting, deer hunting, fishing. I grew up in it, and this is my life. But I live out in Idaho now. Been out here 10 years, and I tell you, it was pretty surreal. The first year I elk hunted out here, I always dreamt of elk hunting when I was a kid. Never even seen one, and I ended up killing a bull the first year with my bow out here, and I was just hooked.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How old were you when you got your first bull then?
27.
So spending 22-ish years dreaming of a bull, and then you finally got it. That's got to be pretty surreal.
Oh yeah, it was for sure. Yep.
Heck yeah, man.
The West. I mean, growing up on the East Coast, everybody dreamt of what the West was like. It's pretty crazy to be living my dream out here now, and it was not planned at all. It was just kind of spur of the moment deal. Moved out here, and yeah, I'm living life.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah. So you killed your first bull the first year you were out there. So you moved out there like when you were 27.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Growing up in upstate New York, like we know a little bit about the Pennsylvania, New York area. Did you ever do any mountainous, like black bear hunting up there when you were growing up?
Never really any black bear hunting. This bear behind my shoulder here, that bear was actually killed by my father in 1999, and that was in the Adirondack Mountains. And he had it aged and was actually the second oldest bear ever killed in New York State as of 1999. It was 25 years old.
Holy
Dang.
shnikes! Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, pretty cool. But
This
we didn't
bear
really
right
do a lot of bear hunting.
This bear right here was killed in 2021. It was the youngest bear ever killed in Pennsylvania. So it was
Hey, you got
maybe,
to start somewhere, right?
yeah, Hey, I went that far to go kill something, so
Next.
Hell yeah.
Oh
Hey,
man.
honestly, a bear is a bear to me. I've killed small ones, I've killed medium, and I've killed large, and they're a predator. They kill a lot of fawns and calves every year, and
Yep.
I do my part to do predator management. So
I felt real good about it. Everyone's like, "How could you do such a thing?" I'm like, I feel pretty great. Like I came 14 hours and walked 40 miles. I felt pretty good about it.
oh heck yeah.
Little boo boo went down.
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh my goodness. So I assume it was your dad growing up that got you into hunting then?
Yeah, he taught me everything. He always dreamt of hunting out west, and unfortunately he passed at a very young age to cancer, and um, I'm out here living both of our dreams really. So he's he never hunted elk, always wanted to, always talked about it, and we just never made it out here. But uh, yeah, he was, and he's still my role model, and hopefully I'm making him proud.
Nice.
I'd say you are, man. You're out there doing the thing.
Dude, and that's kind of a big deal. Like growing up, I grew up whitetail hunting in Missouri, and that's really the biggest thing I've done before I got out and started venturing on my own after college and whatnot, with meeting some damn good friends in other states and getting opportunities to be able to hunt other species. But it was always whitetails and turkey here. But me and my dad always talked about going out west and hunting elk, and his big thing was he wanted to go out west and he wanted to rifle hunt first because he thought bow hunting wasn't always a guarantee on getting an animal, which back then I was like, okay, Dad's probably right. But now I think I want to bow hunt everything. I'm okay with rifle hunting. I'm not knocking it. I will absolutely, if I get the opportunity, I'll rifle hunt anything. But bow hunting, I think, is where it's at. And especially after getting my first black bear, I'm trying to find every way financially and time wise to be able to go out and do it, elsewhere and get tags elsewhere and do it.
Sure. Well, don't wait too long, man, because the West, as you know, it's blown up, and you can't really buy over-the-counter tags anymore.
Right.
Idaho just went to a draw for non-resident. I'd say within 5 years, I'd be surprised if we didn't have to draw as residents to elk hunt. So it's
crazy. It's crazy to think about that.
It's sad. It's unfortunate, but it's what it's coming to.
Yeah. So I know a year or two ago we were actually trying to get some tags in Unit 1, northernmost part of Idaho, and we didn't really know how to get the tags. We, being a non-resident, you got to get into the digital room or whatever, and at 10 a.m. you can draw tags. Well, we tried getting in at 9 a.m. and we were like number 35,708 in line.
Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, I know a lot of people were pretty irritated with how they went to this draw system this year, but it just made everything so much more simple for fishing game and the people applying. People didn't want to drive 2 states over to wait in line in front of a grocery store. People didn't want to wait in line on the internet. It's way better. You just the people that drove those hours over here and stood in front of the grocery store waiting in line, those people got tagged every single year. Now it's going to make it more fair across the board. So those people that were wanted a tag every year and got a tag, now they're going to have to just play the draw system. And honestly, I think it would be better for the elk, the deer. I mean, it's going to be better for everybody because those people that had it figured out as non-residents for years now aren't going to be able to hunt every year. So it's going to give the game a better chance.
Gotcha.
It's a great way to
Okay.
look at that.
That is, yeah, it's a totally different way. Like
Yeah.
I'll say a lot of Midwesterners that typically go out west hunting, they have a lot of complaints about how the stuff changes from time to time. But it's good to hear your perspective on that. With the draw in Idaho, is there a point system for that, or is it just strictly draw?
No, it's just luck of the draw. I mean, I've been putting
Okay.
in for a moose tag for 9 years now as a resident, and I
Mhm.
had anywhere from 35 to 45% chance of drawing that tag. 9 years, mind you, and I still
Yeah.
cannot draw that tag, which
Oh,
is frustrating. But you could either draw the first year or the 20th year. You know, it's just I think I kind of almost like that better. That way you don't have point creep because point creep is pretty real in a lot of these states. You know, people hold on to their points and they cash them in for a lower tag or whatever, and it
Mhm.
just messes up the whole system.
Yeah. So it's just like New Mexico does then. They're
Yeah.
strictly draw, yeah, like lottery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've put in New Mexico for the last 3 or 4 years, and I got a buddy who's a hunting guide down there, and he's always willing to, try and help me out to get a different tag, have better odds, but it does cost more money going through one of the outfitters, and I just have not been able to financially make that decision yet. But I
It's
put in for it, and we try.
yeah, man, it's expensive. I put in for anywhere from 5 to 7 states every spring, and I mean, you rack up some credit card debt, and but you have to. You gotta pay to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Tell that to my wife.
everyone, yeah, yeah, everyone's like, why do you put in for other states? You live in a great state. It's like I love to hunt, and I want
Uh-huh.
more opportunities. You know, there's better places than Idaho to hunt. So
Well, it's a challenge. I feel like, and you're used to your environment and
right,
your geographical areas. It's fun to go somewhere different and try something new. The animal responds differently. It's a more challenging.
it is, and that's half the fun for me is drawing a tag that I've already researched that area on. If I drew that tag, now the fun begins of
Mm.
e-scouting, putting boots on the ground, like finding animals, like figuring out the area. That is half the fun for me. The other half is just getting the animal, But
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
That's the reward and all the work that you put into it. That's the challenge and the fun in it.
it is for sure. I spend hundreds of hours every single year just researching draw odds and um, harvest reports. Just everything across the board.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you use any of those outside companies to assist you with your draws?
I don't, and I'm not knocking anybody that does because there's people that have less time than I do. But for me, it's more rewarding to do it all myself and draw the tag that I researched. And instead of just saying, "Hey, here's $300, put me in for my best chance." Like to me,
Yeah.
that's I don't know. To each their own, but
Mm-hmm.
to me, doing my own research is more rewarding.
Right. So how many species of North American animals have you hunted?
Um, well, I can't draw any of the big three, the mountain goat, bighorn, or moose. I can't draw any of those tags. So,
Right.
but I've whitetail, muleys, elk, bears, um, pretty much the normal Western big game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to Alaska yet. That's on my bucket list.
Okay. You say you can't draw, or you've attempted to draw and you just haven't been drawn?
Yeah, I'm just not lucky enough to
Gotcha.
get into those tags. So,
Dude, I the one of the first years I put in New Mexico, my buddy's like, "Hey, you're not likely to get drawn, but put in for a bighorn sheep because if you do get drawn, that's a hunt of a lifetime." And I put in for it. And I think just putting in for it was like $4,300. And my wife saw that, like, she doesn't get my credit card bill because it's not paper, but she saw my phone at one point. It's like, "What did you spend your money on?" I was like, "Honey, if I don't get drawn, I get the money back. It'll be fine."
yeah.
But
But if I
Hey,
do
you
get
guys,
drawn,
well, honestly, in a lot of these units in Idaho, non-residents have a better chance of drawing a moose tag than a resident does.
Is it a
So
money thing?
it's a money thing, yeah. I want
Ah,
to say it's around $2,000 to put in for a moose. Don't quote me on that, but it's somewhere around there for a
yeah.
non-resident here. But yeah, they have better odds than a resident does for the most part. So
Wow.
So, and I'm not trying to go down a rabbit hole with this, but if I know in some states, like if I were to draw a tag, I can sell it back or whatever. If a non-resident were to draw a tag, can they sell it to a resident?
no, not
It's
not
not.
in Idaho at least.
It's not a thing. I
No,
know. I know they can be transferred in some way. Maybe it's not sell.
no. If that's the case, I would give you $4,000 and I have you put in every year for me.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
No, for real.
Get you a moose tag.
Yeah,
Is that like a bucket list animal for you then?
it is. I put in for New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, and Idaho every year. So I'm just trying to draw a tag,
Yeah.
and I mean I could do the Alaska thing, but it's not out of the reach. But anymore, you're put on a 2 or 3 year waiting list to get flown in, and there's just a lot of logistics to it. You got to have a couple damn good buddies go with you, and it's just a lot. Right here where I live, I've been putting in for this tag here. I can be in moose country in 10 minutes. Like I'm really close to national forest from my house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So another off the wall question, just because when we were researching Idaho for elk hunting, there were some parts of Idaho that they came up with like I guess grizzly bear warnings or whatever. Is there a population growth in grizzlies up where you're at?
Not so much where I am. North of me, up towards the Panhandle, there's a small population, and then obviously down by Yellowstone,
Mm-hmm.
down in the units 60s and 70s. I don't really have any interest in archery hunting down there. I just rather just not deal with them damn things. There needs to be a season put on them.
And there's none in the lower 48.
No,
But
there were. I want to say there were 6 or 7 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. They actually had a grizzly hunt lined up. People put in for the one tag. The one guy drew. I think it was down by Boise. He drew, and they got it shut down. The judge over there in Montana, the federal judge, shut it down. Could you imagine drawing it once lifetime tag, then having it ripped out of your hands? Oh man.
dude, even if they gave the money back, I'd be super pissed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, we had a good buddy this year out of central Missouri. He got to go. I believe he went to Kodiak, but he got a big grizzly bear this year, big Kodiak bear this year. And I saw pictures of it on social media. I think he got it last week.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that thing was massive. That's a hunt of a
Oh,
lifetime.
oh, it really is. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
dream hunt is to kill a brown bear at 20 yards of my bow.
Yep.
Yeah,
That'd be a rush.
absolutely. Yeah.
Every time I tell my wife that, she thinks I'm freaking nuts. I'm like, no, I mean, not. I think most of those hunts you have to go with a guide, isn't it? You
You
can't
have
do
to,
a
yeah.
solo hunt. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's someone behind me with a freaking 4570 or something that will be able to take that bear down if I can't get it, but I'm confident that I could get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
gosh,
What kind of bow are you shooting?
I'm actually shooting my dad's bow, just sentimental. It's a 2006 Matthews Monster. It's a
Nice.
great bow. It's an older bow. It's a great bow. I only shoot 62 pounds out of it, and the thing just spits an arrow. So if you have to let it down for any reason, about rips your shoulder off. But it's a good bow.
there's probably a downfall, but if you're still killing stuff with it, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And I shot an old bear for the longest time. I just finally broke down. I got a new bow this year. Like
Oh yeah.
the old tried and true just feels good. Like you just even
Well,
when I
that's
picked up
the
a new
thing.
bow, I'm excited, but it's like I could really pick up that old bow though and feel really confident.
That's the thing. People want to upgrade their bow every single year to the newest, baddest thing, and which is fine. But then you got to relearn the bow and feel comfortable with it every year. And it's like rather just find one that I like and just stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked
Absolutely.
that. I could go 2 years without shooting that bow and pick it up and just drill tacks at 60 yards with it. Like it's just a part of my hand.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Heck yeah. So and you've had a lot of success hunting. I mean, I'm not saying I stalk you on Instagram, but I look at all your pictures and just think of some of the hunts you've been on with the background of you with the turkeys you killed this year. Just some of those backgrounds, like man, that looks amazing. So
Oh, that was a trip of a lifetime.
aside from your equipment, your bow or whatever you're using, what separates your consistency and your successful hunts from other hunters? Do you think?
Time in the woods. I mean,
Yeah.
it's any of my free time, I am in the woods or on the river fishing. Like I don't stop. And if I'm not hunting, I'm researching hunting and looking at maps, and I don't stop thinking about it. And I think that's the biggest thing is like, everyone said, "Man, you're just so lucky." It's like, no, dude, I spend so much time in the woods, and you can be a really crappy hunter, and if you spend half the year in the woods, you're gonna have opportunities. If you got a 2 week season, rifle elk season, and you go out for a weekend, your chances are really slim, right? Unless you know
Mhm.
what you're doing and you know where the elk are. But you could absolutely not know anything and be out there every single day of that 2 week season, and you're probably going to get lucky and have an opportunity. And capitalizing on those opportunities is where a lot of people fail. You got to be in the moment, you got to make it happen. And that's where I think a lot of people choke, you know. Um, I don't know. That's my opinion anyway. It's just spending a lot of time in the woods and capitalizing on those opportunities.
Dude, I like that a
Mm-hmm.
lot because I feel like there sometimes I will get an opportunity and maybe it's a little further of a drive or maybe I have to take an extra day off work and I'm worried about work and I don't do it and then a buddy of mine does and they're like, "Oh man, you should have been here doing that." I'm like, "Yep, I just missed out on a memory. I missed out on an opportunity to harvest
Yeah.
that next animal." But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's everyone's not as hardcore as the next person. I mean, I've quit jobs over hunting. So, um,
Yep.
yeah, you can hire me when I'm done.
Yep.
So, I've
That's
even threatened to quit to guide for this outfit. And I told the company I was working for, I said, "Hey, I'm going to be gone for 2.5 months guiding muleys and elk." And they're like, "Well, you can't do that." I said, "Well, fire me then, because I'll be back in 2.5 months. You want to hire me?" And they just say, "Just go do whatever you got to do and come back." So,
damn.
Nice.
You
but
you
but now I own my own business, so I can work as much as I want to during the summer, and I can take off and go on a month-long turkey hunt like I did this spring.
That's awesome.
Do
Yeah.
do you want to mention what kind of business you own?
I'm a general contractor, so right
Mhm.
now I'm doing a ton of exterior house painting. This is kind of a busy time of year for that. But the rest of the year I'm just kind of puttering around doing whatever I got on the books, whether it's decks or siding or roofing, you name it.
Yep.
Nice.
Very nice. So
Yeah.
do you hire crews consistently on that, or do you have your own crew already?
I just work by myself, but I do hire subcontractors to do bigger tasks that I can't handle myself, so it all works out pretty good.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've had some buddies in the past that were involved in their own contracting and whatnot, but they subcontracted a lot. They always seem to have a little bit more time than I had too. I just haven't been willing to attempt all that.
Yeah. It's worth it, man. It's a bit of a headache, but if you find the right guys and you can trust them, I mean, it's you're making money while they work and you're hunting, you know.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
So I was making money while I was turkey hunting this spring. Worked out pretty
that's
good.
dude, that's the way to be right there.
Can't go
Yeah.
wrong.
That's part of the reason
No.
I'm really excited about retirement because I want to find something like
Mm.
that
Mm-hmm.
after
Yeah.
retirement.
Oh
But
yeah.
so you do you hunt mostly public land? I read on one of your posts that one of your turkey hunts you actually found some private land to hunt on where you were at, but you hunt primarily public, don't you?
I do. Yep. Yep.
What
Yep.
just a quick thing, like in Missouri, there's quite a bit of pressure on public land, especially during like gun season. Archery, not so much, but how do you approach high pressure public areas?
Well, Idaho is 71 or 72% public land. So
Ooh,
that's a huge difference
state?
between, yeah.
Oh
So
shit!
that's a huge difference compared to the Midwest or even the East Coast. Um, yeah, so obviously there's pockets of public land that's more popular than the rest, and for like elk hunting, a lot of the elk have actually pushed down on the private in a lot of these units around here, and because of hunting pressure and the wolves, so a lot of people will hug the private line, try to play that game, and it works. But you're kind of flirting with danger there because if you kill one and it runs across the fence, then you get a whole nother mess to deal with. But
Is it
I
pretty
just
difficult to get a private landowner to let you come over there and get it?
for deer and elk, yeah, it can be just because a lot of the private around here they have family that hunt, they hunt.
Hmm.
Um, as far as turkeys go and predators, most people don't care. They'll let you go on. But when it comes to deer and elk around here, good luck.
Huh. Gotcha.
But
Just
yeah,
for
it's
comparison,
as
we're at
far
11% public lands in
In
Missouri.
Missouri,
yeah,
11%.
so 11 compared to 70. Wow.
yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. That's
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm
I
I'm
think that's
Jamie over
probably
here.
yeah. That's why you guys have so many places leased up back there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a lot of public land.
Yeah, and,
Um,
and the private leases they normally come from like Louisiana, Mississippi, some Tennessee. I know a big group of Tennessee guys that come up around where I grew up that lease land. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah. Yes, as far as the pressure around here goes, archery elk hunting seems to be your best opportunity at a bull. Um, there's less pressure. The elk are talking. Rifle can be pretty tough. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of people riding roads that they shouldn't with four wheelers side
Hmm.
by side. That's the
Like they
biggest thing.
shouldn't, or it's illegal.
No, a lot of closed roads that people just don't pay attention to signs and they just bomb down. There's not enough authority out here to really keep track of people driving around. So, my biggest thing is I just try to get a mile off the roads and you won't run into people. There's a lot of lazy Western hunters.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
But sometimes going deeper isn't always better either. I've had better success, I would say, probably closer to the roads and private.
oh no
Hmm.
kidding.
But yeah, the animals feel more comfortable being close to private, being close to people, houses, roads, rather than miles back where there's a bunch of wolves and predators. That's my two
Oh,
cents.
I don't think about wolves.
yeah. And that's a factor I never really considered because
Yeah.
and I'm thinking of public land in Missouri, but typically the further back you go in Missouri, there's less predators. We got coyotes, we got
Hmm.
bobcats. We don't have wolves. We have very few bears as of right now. We do have a bear season now, but there's not that many.
Small.
Like,
So going back further, there's more animal movement and they're less scared. But as they get closer to the parking areas of the public areas, it's a little more scarce. And when they see you, they take off.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. It's a little different out here, I guess. I mean, I hunted Ohio, and the public land there, the same thing. You had to hike miles and miles back in and get away from all the access points, and you
yeah,
start running into good hunting.
Ohio and Indiana got some good deer out there.
Yeah, they
Hard
used
to
to be a
get
lot
to.
better, man. Ohio is just the cheapest place to deer hunt. You can buy a bunch of tags, and the public land just gets overrun.
Yeah. Well, so when I assume you scout quite a bit, but do you start your scouting when you know where you're going to put in for tags, or do you wait until you get a tag and then you start doing your research?
I pretty much wait until I get a tag. There's no sense of wasting time in a unit that I might not even draw.
Yeah.
Um, but while I'm turkey hunting, I'm also scouting for deer and elk. Like what's their routine this time of year compared to in the fall. I look when I'm out there pursuing one animal, I'm always looking for the sign of everything else too.
Yeah. I assume while you're turkey hunting out west, you probably find some sheds while you're turkey hunting, don't you?
Yeah, occasionally. Um, some,
There's a season out there, isn't there, for
not in
sheds?
Idaho, there isn't. No,
I don't know.
no. I'm sure there will be at some point, but
Well, yeah, the ever evolving seasons for everything.
What kind of
yeah.
turkey do you guys have out there?
They're kind of mutts in Idaho. They were introduced and they dumped Rios, Merriams, and Easterns in the state, and they all kind of interbred.
Hmm.
Idaho is pretty much the only state that you really can't get any true Merriams or true Rios, in my opinion. They're all different.
That's a mutt
Um,
turkey.
Hmm.
the mutt, yeah, they're all
I like
interbred.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Got
but
the
if
Macho
it's got
turkey.
but if it's got a full fan and a long beard, it gets it. I don't care what kind of turkey.
Hell
Right.
yeah.
You drop them in the grease, they taste just as good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So tell us about your turkey season, man. I was amazed at the flood of turkeys that you posted that you harvested, and then you had that one post where I can't remember how many states you said you were in, but you had a lot of turkey tags that you filled.
Yeah, so this was back in like January. I just was like, man, I'm gonna do this. Like I've been dreaming about taking a month off of work and living in a rental car and just going state to state. So I planned on hunting my home state, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, California, and Montana. I went on and bought all the tags I could for every single state. California, it's just a hunting license and a bird permit. There's no tags issued in that state, but you can kill up to 3 in that state. So I had a total of 16 tags between the 5 states. And I started in California because I figured that would be the hardest. Never been there. Um, it was I gave myself 6 days to harvest 3 birds there, and I was able to pull it off. Got my 3, and I headed to Oregon. Met up with some damn good friends there, and killed a bird in South Oregon. Went to Central Oregon. Met up with some other good friends there. Hunted a couple days with some good buddies, and we ended up putting 4 birds down. I got my second one in Central, and then I bombed up north to Oregon or North Oregon and killed my third one on the third day. So you can only kill one per day in Oregon. Um, but yeah, then
Hmm.
I went to Washington. Washington, I've hunted for quite a few years, so I kind of knew that area, and I got my 2 birds really quick within like an hour in Washington.
Oh
And
shit.
yeah, then I went up north. You can kill a third in Washington if you go up by Spokane, and spent a few days up there. That was pretty rough. A lot of private land. I ended up paying a gal $100 to shoot a turkey on her lawn, pretty much. So it's it's a very small county that you can kill your third bird in, and it's pretty much all private. So this
100 bucks
gal
well
wanted,
spent.
Yeah,
no, it
no
was for
doubt.
sure. Yep, gave her $100 and left with a smile. So left there and I went to Idaho and spent a couple days there in some new area that I've never hunted up north before and ended up killing my 2 birds there and went to Montana and that was a grind. Montana was probably one of the hardest states I've ever turkey hunted in, and you would think Montana would have a ton of birds, but um, at least the areas I went to didn't. And I ended up killing 3 on private land and 2 on public in Montana. That was a grind. I spent 28 days sleeping in the front seat of a rental car, had 4 showers, and I only changed my boxers twice.
Damn, man.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh, it
Easy.
was.
Save some girls for the rest of us, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, dude, it was so awesome. Like the people that I met along the way. Like I talked to talked to some of these people online for years, and finally got to meet them on my little journey, and they offered me a shower and a place to stay. It was pretty cool. So
That's awesome, dude.
yeah, yeah.
How
But
how
I
how'd
ended up.
you
Go
go
ahead.
ahead? Sorry, I was going to ask how'd you meet some of these people?
Just through Instagram, just talking
Yeah.
through the years, and finally meeting them in person, and they're even better people than what I thought they were. So
Very cool.
Freaking awesome.
Dude, I know a lot of people that bitch about social media, typically my older family members, but there are some great things to happen through social media. People can be influenced and their lives can be changed through a good impact from a good person. Like I know a lot of sketchy shit happens on social media, but this is a perfect example of you're making a dream come true and being able to hunt for 28 days, uncomfortable in a rental car, but meeting great
Yeah,
people and getting opportunities.
absolutely. Yeah. No. Honestly, I could live without social media. I live on 25 acres up here, and pretty remote. Like I could definitely do away with social media and just live off grid. But I, there is one thing to be said about meeting a lot of good people on Instagram. There's so much fake stuff out there anymore. People are pretending to be something they're not, and you don't know what's real. And I just try to be as real as I can and just be a good person, you know?
Dude, and it shows with and honestly, I feel like nowadays we can tell real people from fake people. I mean, all of your posts seem like they are your posts. You're not paying someone to do it, and no one is trying to scam using your pictures. But the pictures of you catching some big trout in a stream, or some of the salmon that you catch, like I always think to myself, I'll be sitting at work behind my computer and get up to do something, and I'll look and like, oh, he caught another big ass fish. This is freaking awesome. I'm going to quit work right now and go to the river.
Yeah. Let me finish my Word document.
You guys should come out here and catch those fish. I'm not gonna say what they are or where they are, but you guys ever want to come out on a fishing trip?
Dude,
Get a hold of me.
Done. We'll make it
It's a
happen.
blast. It's a blast, man.
be careful what you wish for, man. I would love to come hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Shit, yeah. So with you killed 16 turkeys.
My goal was to tag out in each state, and
Yeah.
I met that goal. I did not think it was possible with the amount of time that I had, but I did it. And honestly, there was a couple of guys that I'm friends with that helped me out in a couple of those states. Otherwise, I might not have been able to tag out in each state, but it was a goal of mine, and I achieved it. And honestly, I want to do it every single year. Just a personal goal of mine. I want to kill a bird in every single state, and I want to tag out in every single state. I think it'd just be kind of cool. Like people chase the 49, the one bird in every state thing, but I want to tag out in each state, you know? I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever killed a bird in Missouri?
Never been to Missouri.
Well, dude, I have not had the best of luck or success turkey hunting the past few years, but I do know I've got some good turkey hunting, damn good friends. If you'd like to come to Missouri, I know I can hook that up.
Hell yeah,
So,
man.
Thinking about the connections and whatnot, maybe we could swap a hunt or swap a fishing trip or something.
Yeah, you got to be careful legally with that, you know, because that's considered an illegal trade. But yeah, I would love to have you guys out for something and vice versa, hang out. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm talking about a damn good friend handshake, not a contract. Like I'm not guaranteeing shit.
Yeah, exactly.
We can guarantee you a good time, a buzz, and maybe a chance to shoot something.
Oh, those Easterns, I grew up hunting Eastern turkeys, and they're the hardest to kill. I mean, they're smarter, they get more educated, a lot more people are after them. They don't gobble as much. These Merriams out here, they'll gobble to a truck door slamming. So,
well, and that's the thing. Early on for our Easterns, like in the early part of the season, they'll gobble at anything. A fucking cow moves and they'll gobble at it. Door closed. You cough, they'll gobble at it. Yeah. But as you get closer to the end of the season, after they've already bred their hens and all that, and the hens are laying on eggs, they shut up and they walk away from you.
Oh yeah, bunch of gay turkeys.
Exactly.
Yeah, give you a bunch of attitude. It's rough in the back part of the season.
Oh yeah. No, turkeys are frustrating. Like for an animal with a pea-sized brain to outsmart you, it's really frustrating.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think my brain's that big anymore.
But one of my buddies, Danny, said, he goes, you know what? Like half the time we think that they're smart and they're like scared or whatever, but they're probably just being a turkey, just doing turkey things and not caring about anything else. They're just gonna do what they had scheduled that day. You know, they
Yeah.
don't care. So,
Oh yeah.
but
That's so true.
Whatever's on their mind, they're doing.
no, I love birds, man. If I had to choose one thing to hunt for the rest of my life, it'd be a turkey. I grew up with them as pets. I just think they're so freaking cool and so underrated, and people think that they're dumb and they're easy to kill. Well, yeah, if you're driving down the road, you can shoot one out the window. I mean, that's how most Idaho people do it, but that's not hunting, you know. To go out and actually call them in and do the work, like I don't know, it's an adrenaline rush to me, but
Absolutely.
maybe I'm
I
crazy. I don't know.
No, not at all,
No, I
man.
agree.
I think there's two different things in turkey hunting that really gets me excited. One of them is calling turkeys in that actually respond and come to you from a long distance, but
Mhm.
also when you're hunting them in enough concealment that you can stalk up on one. Now,
Yeah.
one of my favorite hunts I've ever been on for turkeys, I was able to crawl through the woods and get to them before I spooked them, and I shot one. And I was like 16 years old when I was able to do that. I still remember to this day. I got it written in my little diary.
Oh.
It was a good story.
Oh, I love every legal method to take. Like, I love ambushing them. I love belly crawling them. I love calling them in. Like, if I can just keep them gobbling, if they're hung up, I just keep them gobbling. I'll belly crawl right in the range and I'll whack them and I'll have just as much fun doing that. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story that I probably shouldn't share, but it's pretty funny. You guys get a kick out of this, and this is the God's honest truth too. When I was 16 years old, this is how much I love turkey hunting. When I was 16 or 17 years old, I was still in high school. I was after this one Eastern back on the East Coast, and he was a stubborn son of a gun. A lot of people hunted him, and you could only hunt till noon there. And I had roosted this bird the night before. I said, "You're dead. Like, I know where you're at. I'm gonna sneak in there first thing in the morning, get in really tight, put my decoy out, sitting against a tree, and it's just cracking daylight. I can see him in a tree, and all of a sudden my gut just goes. Boom. I was like, "Uh-oh, that's not good." And I'm
Oh.
panicking at this point, and if I move, the bird's gonna see me. He's only 80, 90 yards from me, and it's flat as a pancake behind me. There's no sneaking over the knoll and going behind a tree. I
Huh.
sat there and filled my pants right full, and then that and when that bird touched down, he touched down within range, and I shot him. And I took my pants off. I ran out there in my boxers and grabbed him and threw him in my truck and headed home for the shower.
Yes.
And that's the
Dude,
God's honest truth.
Listen, we've got some good shit stories too. That's pretty fucking good. That probably takes the cake right there.
dude, you just satisfied one of our late episode questions of what's your best wilderness
Yep.
shit, and that sounds like it's it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but it was definitely a good one. For sure.
I think that's the epitome of success. You relieved yourself and killed an animal within minutes of each other. That's
Yeah.
pretty damn good.
I,
Satisfying.
it was kind of weird because it was super cold that morning, and then the warmth of that in my pants was kind of nice, but it was also like, oh my God, what did I just do?
You must have had some deer chili the night before or something.
Dude.
Oh man, it must have been Chinese food or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking epic.
That's freaking awesome.
Oh man.
That's my best shit story for sure. I mean, I have quite a few of them, but that's my best one.
Well, we've told this on one podcast before, but I want to give a quick synopsis of our best shit story just so you can hear it. We had our first deer camp together several years ago, probably close to 10 years ago. We had some seafood gumbo at the first day of deer camp, and we ate it. It's freaking delicious.
Oh yeah, it's
great. Day one.
Day one, and that night it was like 20 degrees. It was cold out.
It
And we
was
were
cold.
camping. We just left it out by the fire, but it was off the fire. It wasn't warming up. But we went hunting all day the next day, and that stuff sat out in the sun, and it warmed up to about 55,
50,
60, close to it. And then we ate it that night. We smelled it, ate it, tasted fine.
Smelled okay.
Yeah. So we ate it, and then He woke up before I did. I think it was probably 9:30, 10 o'clock. He woke up and was racing for the outhouse. We had an outhouse next to our campsite. And I was making fun of him, like, "Oh, did you make it?" And he's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I'm like, no, dude, I about shit my pants, man. My belly hurt. He's like, oh, what a pussy. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, whatever. Like, I'm not in bad shape. Like, I'm not okay right now.
And then midnight came around, and it was my turn. I stood
Oh,
up on
man.
the edge of my air mattress, and I was gripping it so fucking tight. I was like, "Oh God, oh God!" And he goes, "What's wrong with you?" And so I unzip our tent, and I'm looking at the outhouse, and I'm like, "I can make it, I can make it." And I get out there, and I drop my pants, and I shotgun blast the back of that outhouse. Man, it was
Shit all
terrible.
over himself,
Oh.
shit all over the outhouse.
The wind's blowing. It's 20 degrees
It's 20
out.
degrees with a wind chill of probably 10, and we're in a tent. We're in this big, like, big tent, open tent. There's me and him and his dad in there, and sleeping bags with a little kerosene gas heater in the middle of us, trying to stay warm. All I remember is he came back in, I rolled over, and he's butt ass naked, and he's like, "Can I borrow some boxers?" I was like, "Sure."
Oh, that's a damn good buddy right there.
Well, we hunted the next morning. He wore my underwear. We hunted the next morning. We had to go into town to his parents' house so he could do laundry.
Yep.
And I ended up shooting a buck. And I'll tell you what, I've never contemplated not shooting an animal, but that was the moment where I really said, I don't think I want to do this. Like I didn't want to go through we got to clean it. We got to go through all this. I'm just not feeling good. But we ended up doing it.
It was the first buck you'd killed in 15 years?
Yeah, I hadn't been hunting about 10 years,
10
probably 8
years?
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Life had thrown some curveballs. I wasn't able to get out there like I wanted to.
Dude, no gumbo at deer camp anymore.
Gumbo's out.
No, food poisoning is real, man. It's terrible. It's when you can shit through a screen door and not touch a screen. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's chili and Budweiser for me, but it's a relieving shit. This was an explosive shit.
Dude, I think after he shit, he threw lime all over because there's this lime bucket. So really, it just froze. Like the lime stuck to the outhouse and then froze. So it really just it was like a massacre, but just white everywhere.
You didn't have icicles, you had shitsicles in there.
Seriously, still one of our best stories.
It's honestly one of our first, but
one of our first and one of our best.
Oh God. Anyways, let's get past that.
Sorry.
All right, enough shit talk.
What a shitty topic.
So your turkey season was phenomenal, man. What other seasons, what other animals have given you the biggest challenges hunting out west?
Well, I've never been a trophy hunter. If it gets me excited, that's the animal I take. And I've killed some nice bulls. I've killed quite a few spikes. Like they all get me excited. Probably the hardest hunt I think in the West is killing a good bull, good mature bull. People that do that on a regular basis every year are straight up killers, and they probably grew up here. They probably spend most of their time just elk scouting. I like to do it all. I'm not just an elk hunter. I'm not just a mule deer hunter. Like I love doing it all, and that's where I can't justify spending 200 days of the year just dreaming about elk, and most of those people that kill those big bulls, that's all they do.
They only elk hunt?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, if you look at some of those guys that only kill 300 plus inch bulls every year, those guys are diehard elk hunters, and that's pretty much all they do. They don't fish, they don't turkey hunt, they don't bear hunt, they don't do a lot of the things that I do. So I like to spend my whole year chasing other things and
Which I would like to align with that. There's different seasons for different things, and I love fishing. But I know
Me too.
Typically, Midwest whitetail season happens and season ends, and my wife's like, "Oh, you're gonna be home for a while." I'm like, "No, I'm gonna go duck hunting next weekend, or we got a pheasant hunt lined up, or actually, I'm trying to get a mule deer tag in another state."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I love about here. July is pretty much the only month that is kind of slow for me. That's when I usually do bulk of my painting. As I work 7 days a week in July, try to anyway. But fly fishing is pretty much the only thing I do in July. But I do hang some cameras and stuff like that. But August, I usually go to Oregon. Ball Bear opens August 1st over there. Um,
Hmm.
and then antelope hunting is August. September is elk hunting. October is rifle general for deer, elk. November, December still hunting. January steelhead fishing picks up. It's just like revolving. There's always something to do here for
You,
sure.
you primarily eat wildlife then too, right?
Yeah, hardly ever do I buy steaks from the store, but
Right.
it is hard to beat ribeye.
Every
I will
now and
say.
then.
My I married into my wife has relatives that are cattle farmers, so I buy a half a beef a year, but I love eating deer meat. I eat a lot of
Yeah,
deer. I eat turkey. I eat fish. I eat
yeah,
pheasant. So
yeah, yeah. I do a lot of burger in my wild game. If I want a good steak, I will go to the store and just get a ribeye. But um, yeah, for the most part, that's all I eat. And the past few months, I've been on a pretty strict diet. I've lost almost 30 pounds and just been eating a lot of wild game and veggies and working out, man. That's wild game is the healthiest meat you can have.
heck yeah. So out of a kind of rewind a little bit here, but out of like a bigger elk, a bigger bull that you kill, do you cut steaks out of it, or do you primarily make a burger?
No, I do cut steaks out of it, but I always cube them.
Yeah.
They're just a lot more tender. I like making chicken fried steak with them and the white gravy.
Oh, talk
But
dirty,
it's
Jimmy.
Yeah.
yeah, to have an elk steak and cook it on the grill like you do a ribeye, you're better off to throw a rock on there too and throw the steak away and eat the rock.
Oh shit.
I mean,
Okay.
it's yeah, I mean you can marinate it and cook it medium rare and it's okay, but it's just so lean, It's
Yeah.
has yeah, it's just it gets pretty dry.
Okay.
But
Hmm.
So it'd be better, chicken fried or
Pan
cubed up or
seared.
ground. Yeah.
that's what I like doing with them personally. I know a lot of people like elk steak just the way it is, but
Hmm.
uh, yeah, you can cube them up and throw them on a skewer too. That's pretty good.
Hmm.
But
Man,
yeah,
it's making me hungry.
yeah.
Luckily, your wife brought us a
Or my wife
pizza.
went and got pizza for us. Yeah, but she's dropped it
Let's
off
see
right
that.
over here.
You guys look like the meat lovers type.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the
I do
thing.
like it. I
No
think
homo.
no homo. I think that's what she brought us. If I'm being real, she went to
Oh
a
shit,
local
yeah.
place up the road here.
Man, I'm not a real picky
If
eater,
I'm being, let's just look at it while we're
and
here.
I know a lot of
Fuck you, open
a
this
lot
thing.
of Midwesterners, Missourianers mainly that they like. I haven't got to go elk or antelope or mule deer hunting, but a lot of them say some of that.
I don't
Oh
know if you can
wow,
see that pie right
Ooh,
there,
damn, that looks good.
but that is a meat
That's
lover's pie.
that's lovely.
that's a cock meat sandwich. Hold the bread.
Man, that is freaking. Let's just keep that closed for a second because I'm getting excited over here.
Damn, that's carried away. Well, and what I was saying was,
Where's that ranch? I need that white sauce. You know what I'm saying?
damn it, a lot of the people don't like antelope and mule deer that live in the plains areas because of all the sage, and they say the meat tastes real sagey. But I've eaten antelope steaks, I've eaten antelope burger, and I have not had any issues with eating animals that other people have killed. I just have never gotten one myself.
Yep, I'll be honest. My favorite is antelope. It's it's tender. Like even the steaks on it, you cook them in a frying pan, and I love it. You can cut the steak with a spoon. I mean, it's very tender, good
Yeah.
flavor. If they do primarily live in sage, they will have a little sagey taste. But if you get them on the edge of green fields and everything, honestly, I think the meat is 10 times what elk is.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Well, we had a 2 years ago, we had a bow camp here in Missouri, and we had a damn good friend that had just got back from Wyoming. He killed an antelope, and he came and he had two back straps and sliced them up and fried them for breakfast with
Oh
some eggs.
gosh.
And
Really good.
shout out to Wesley Bueller, man.
Wes-
He fried those up for us. They were
I'll be
delicious.
real honest too. I was really hungover, so I probably didn't do it justice in actually tasting it well. Because I just need to eat food. But
That was good.
It tasted good, but I bet it would taste better if I wasn't as hungover.
Yeah, a dog turd and rice probably would have tasted all right. Being
Absolutely.
hungover.
Seriously,
Something in your stomach.
I
Yeah.
was needing food. That's the truth.
I tell you, I do. Lately, I've been grinding up all my turkey into burger, mix it with bacon. Really freaking good.
For like the fat, you trying to add fat into it, or
Yeah, otherwise it's really dry. But if you mix it like 30-40% bacon, I just told a buddy about this with his bird, and he tried it. He was like, "Dude, that is the best stuff ever," and it is super really good.
So do you like fry turkey burgers like that then?
Yeah, fry them or grill them, whatever you want to do. Yeah,
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
yeah, that's good.
Damn. I'm gonna write that down.
no doubt. I've never tried that.
I mean, I've had a few recipes that I really like and well, actually, they involve bacon. I love wrapping a turkey breast. I'll slice it up fairly thin, but I'll wrap it in bacon and marinate it in like some Italian dressing, or I'll make some kind of soy sauce base seasoning for it, and then I'll put it on the grill. Always freaking good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned you were from the Northeast area, but we're actually drinking a whiskey from Portland, Maine.
Oh okay.
So we went
Right
up
on.
there. We went up there fishing last year, 2025. I believe 2025.
Yeah.
We went up
Deep,
there
deep,
fishing.
deep sea fishing, or
No, we were trying for stripers.
Straight out.
We
Onshore.
we were 2 weeks early for the striper run, and
Had a
they
cold spell, pushed them back
yeah.
south.
The weather didn't get them up there, so we honestly we went on a guided trip, which the guide was great. He took care of us. It was fun. We ended up catching some lobsters out of his traps
That's
and
cool.
got to eat those, but we didn't catch any stripers.
we used to go up to Old Orchard Beach growing up every year, and we used to catch stripers right off the beach. We'd have these big PVC rod holders that we just stick in the sand, and
Yep.
it is a lot of fun. Yeah, we used to catch the shit out of stripers up there, and
Some
we'd
big
go out
ones too,
hunt.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. We get a lot that were 20 to 35 inches, but those 40 plus were pretty rare on the beach.
Yeah.
But we always go out on a deep sea fishing charter too while we're up there, and also get fresh lobster. It's a pretty cool place.
Heck yeah.
We'll go back. We'll go back and do it justice and get us some striper.
Which we went in July,
Yeah.
which was
August.
recommended at first, but they then like 2 weeks later, all of them showed up. The guide that we went with, he sent me pictures. Man, you guys should have been here this
2 weeks later.
and he said,
Always,
if you want to
always
come.
works that way.
Oh yeah, and he I'm not going to mention his name because we haven't been back in touch with him, but he said he'd cut us a deal. He'd give us half price because we didn't catch any at that time. And
Right
I'm
on.
like, well, that's pretty freaking cool of you.
Yeah,
So
that is cool.
we'll make a trip
Yeah.
back.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
But do you
Absolutely.
do much ocean fishing?
No, I'm
Nowadays?
9.5 hours from the beach here, so
Yeah.
I don't have time with everything else I got going on here with hunting and
Stick to-
fishing here. Yeah,
Sticking to the mountains and streams and rivers.
pretty much. I got a buddy that lives in California, San Diego area, and he's trying to get me to come down, go tuna fishing. I'll probably try to jump on that maybe that next year.
Dude, a good tuna steak is hard to beat.
It-
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
especially fresh out of the sea. You go straight to a restaurant. They sear that bad boy up for you.
Oh yeah, super
Yeah.
good.
Man, it's so good.
The
What
la-
do you guys got going for hunts this year?
It's a good question. Well, we have
Well-
our big bucks contest that we're putting on. This is the second year, so we'll be real busy during whitetail season for that.
As far as going to other states, we're going to go to Illinois for a weekday hunt. We got a couple of damn good friends. We've through DGF we've met Joe Duckman and Mike Cutright. He used to be the owner of Evade Camo, and we're going to go out there and hunt with the each one of them for a couple of days. Do some public land hunting, a little bit of private land hunting, and then we go on our annual bear hunting trip, which they haven't come out with the bear seasons yet in Pennsylvania, but that's where we typically go. I had a buddy I met at a military school that I think it was in 2019, and I've been going with him every year since. And we're going to go in two different chalks, if you will. As soon as we figure out what the dates of the season are in October, we're going to go bow hunting in October, and then another group's going to go rifle hunting in November in Pennsylvania. But outside of that, we've got a lot of time we're planning to whitetail and duck hunt in Missouri and Arkansas this year.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, that's one thing that we don't really have here in my area is good waterfowl hunting. I do miss that because I have two duck dogs, and
Oh,
they
shoot.
turn into grouse dogs pretty much. So but I
How is
could just
grouse compared to ducks,
let's
like eating
say,
wise? How is grouse compared to ducks, like eating wise?
oh, it's 10 times better. Yeah, it's a white
Oh,
meat. It's like it's chicken of the forest, as everybody calls it here. Super
okay.
good. Yeah, I ate a lot of duck and geese growing up, and man, I can't really do it anymore.
Not since you've had grouse.
Yeah, grouse is way better. We have chukar here, quail. Chukar are really good eating. Beautiful bird.
Hmm.
They live in some steep country. A lot of fun to hunt.
Heck yeah.
The majority of the
Yeah.
upland birds we have in Missouri now are primarily on farms.
Mm-hmm.
Our habitat and our predator populations have kind of taken down the quail and the pheasant. There's never really been a good population of chukars, but there's farms that they raise them, and you can go with your dogs to train dogs, and you can, I mean, you can pay to hunt. It's not
Right.
exactly hunting, I would say. I mean, it
Yeah.
is hunting, but some of the birds get away, but you know where they are.
Yeah.
Economic development, farmers taking out fence rows to open up fields because we're a big farming state,
Yeah.
and so I think that really hurt our population. There was a big decline in our predator hunting 10 years ago.
It's coming back.
It's coming back,
Yeah.
and so hopefully it will be in the later portion of our life that we'll probably see a growth in those birds again, hopefully. But that predator hunting will help a lot.
Hmm.
They've just extended
Yeah.
our season for coyotes to
September
September.
14th.
And so it used to be it was over. Thermal hunting was over. You couldn't do it from after, what was the month?
It was February to the end of March.
February into March, and then
Yeah.
now they've opened it all the way up till September. So that hopefully will help as well.
I'll tell you, I don't know what it is with coyotes, but it seems like the more you shoot, the more pups they have. You can never get them under control. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to buy more ammo and I'm going to continue shooting. I will do my best to take the population down.
There you go.
We've got some friends who are real serious. We had a Coyote Reapers guy on our podcast here about a month ago.
James Runner.
James, yeah, he was super knowledgeable. He's really getting after it, and we're just dabbling into that thermal world. It's expensive, but it's a rush too. We got to go with some guys, Silent Pursuit guys up by Warrensburg area. Man, their equipment was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where I was looking at a dog, and I remember looking at him, and I'm like, he's right here in front of me. I'm going to shoot him. And the old cat named Gabe was like, you might want to zoom out. And I was like, so I look at my scope. I was the only one who had the rangefinder in my thermal. So I pushed a button. And he was 900 yards away. And I was like, oh, shit. I zoomed all the way out. And I was like, oh, man, I'm not going to shoot that dude.
We got to learn how to use that shit.
I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit. He looked like he was right there.
Kentucky windage, hold her high and let her fly.
Seriously, I'm going to aim at the moon and he'll hit him. I promise.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. If you guys ever come out here rifle hunting, make sure you guys get long range rifle set up. I don't know if you do it or not, but that is when I first moved here. I had a 3-9 on my 300 Weatherby. That's what I grew up hunting with. You know, I come out here and I'm like, well, this thing's pretty much freaking useless. So I had to learn how to, you know, have dope charts set up, and I really spent a lot of time practicing all the way up to 1,000 yards, and now I have 2 long range rifles with suppressors on them, and I mean it's amazing what they can do. But yeah, you know, I dream of a 300-yard shot. That's a chip shot around here. You know, it's you're shooting.
How far do you typically shoot?
It all depends, but I mean most canyons. If you're hunting a canyon, which is pretty much everywhere around here, across the canyons average 300 yards. So like that's your average shot. You know, I killed my bull this year in Oregon at 563, and killed my muley this year at 626. So
Wow.
I spend a lot of time and ammo practicing every year. There's days where you just won't make that shot because it's windy or the conditions aren't right. You gotta be able to read the conditions and all that too. So it's I know they were trying to take away long range shooting and turreted scopes out here. The old timers threw a fit because they didn't think it was fair. But all that's going to do is make people use 3 to 9s and hold 4 feet over the back and just start ripping. It's like
Yep.
let people should only be as ethical as they know they can be. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
Yep.
if you spend all that time practicing and you feel confident you can make 1,000-yard shot on the right day, then that is ethical to me.
Absolutely.
It's no different. It's no different than bow hunting, man. Like
Yeah.
I messed up on 20-yard shots, whether it was I hit a branch or I just got excited. But I've also pinwheeled stuff at 100 yards. So I practice out to 140 yards with my bow. And not like I'm going to take those shots, but I killed an elk a couple years ago at 95 yards with my bow. So it's ethical is different for every single person, and
And it blows my mind someone half-ass promoting not having an ethical shot. Like, no, give them something more primitive. Like, no, they're not comfortable.
This isn't 1886, dude. We're not in the fucking Yellowstone series.
Yeah.
Like, let's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
What's you said long range weapons? What do you recommend, or what are you shooting?
I mean, this is my personal preference, but I have a 6.8 Western that I picked up 2 years ago, and for me, I'd rather have a gun that doesn't kick, and it's just a tack driver. I mean, it could be a Creedmoor, even though those things are gayer than hell.
Oh, damn it!
Dude, any of the PRCs are good. Shot placement is key for everything, right? So when people say, "What's the best cartridge for elk or deer?" It's different. Like everyone's got their own opinion, and every cartridge would kill. You can put a 223 behind the shoulder of a deer, and it'll drop it. It's for me. I just want a comfortable, lightweight gun that drives tacks and doesn't kick, and you're not afraid of, and you can just pull that trigger nice and easy way it should go. And yeah, but I have that, and I also have a 300 PRC for elk and bears. That one does bark a little bit, even with a suppressor on it. But I would definitely feel more comfortable with my 6.8. That thing it's like shooting a 22. That's what I killed my elk with last year, is that 6.8 Western. And it's a 162 grain bullet. At 560 something yards, it dropped it. So
Hell yeah!
That's awesome.
And if I have a 6.5 Creedmoor, just throw it in the river, huh?
no, just talk with a lisp.
You see?
No, it's a good caliber. It's just, I don't know, every swinging dick from Utah freaking shoots him, I guess.
Oh. Well, in my defense, I won a 6.5 Creedmoor in a drawing or in a raffle, and so it didn't cost me a lot of money, and it sat in my gun safe for a whole year before I bought a scope for it. But then I spent good money on a scope, and the first time I shot at a deer with it at 400 yards, I dropped it. So I was okay with it.
Didn't you actually sign it because you aimed high, thinking it was going to drop a little bit?
No, I hit in the lungs.
It was a long shot.
I aimed high because I was shooting uphill.
That's right.
And I thought I was going to shoot over its back, and I didn't.
I watched a guy shoot a nice whitetail buck at 925 yards with a Creedmoor, and I could not believe it.
900, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
The farthest I've ever shot was 400 yards. We have so next weekend we have our annual shootout, which is kind of a redneck shooting competition for damn good friends to come together. It incorporates a long range rifle along with a pistol and a shotgun and a mid range, but then we also have a recurve bow and a hatchet throw involved in it. But our long range shot has typically been 400 yards. That's as far as we can get in the area we got. And I hit the 400-yard target twice, 2 out of 3 times with my 6.5. I don't know what happened on my third shot, but
I hit it once with your gun.
Yep. So it hits.
Well,
So it does.
I'll tell you what, man. Like growing up on the East Coast, a 400-yard shot, like that was unheard of. You just there was nowhere around that you could shoot 400 yards. Most of your shots on deer were 100 to 200 yards. So everybody ran 3 to 9s, and if they got that 300-yard shot, they held a little over the back and let her rip. You know, it's just unheard of. But when out here in the West, yeah, out here in the West, a 400-yard shot is common. It's like it's almost an everyday occurrence out here. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Shit, yeah.
but,
So out
yeah.
there, you said you've done some predator hunting. You hunt bears. Obviously, I've seen some good pictures of you with some bears. Do you do any wolf or mountain lion or anything like
Great
that?
question.
I don't specifically target wolves. I did years ago. I trapped for them for a couple months, and I got super frustrated with it. I was working a lot, and you got to check your traps every 3 days. And where you got to go to trap these wolves, I mean, it's miles and miles up in the mountains. And I was taking a snowmobile late at night, going up there by myself, and it just, if I ever broke down up there, I probably would still be up there and remain somewhere. But um,
Oh shit.
it's a lot of work, and for people that don't live here and know about the wolves, it's super hard. They've been hunted and trapped for I don't know how many years, a lot of years. So they're super educated.
Mhm.
You know, they will smell your trap. They'll actually dig it up and flip it over on you. I mean, they're super smart critters.
Damn.
Yeah. Um, but to actually target them, no. The amount of time I spend in the woods every year, I've only seen one wolf in Idaho, and it was running down a road, middle of summer. Buddy and I were out just booze cruising around looking for elk, and none of us had a gun on us. So I was pretty pissed. But the amount of time I spend in the woods, and I've only seen one. But it's so damn thick around here too, and they know not to come out in the open because the state every now and then has helicopters that fly over and try to shoot them out of clear cuts. So they know not to come out in the open very often, maybe at night. But
People fly around trying to shoot them.
what's that now?
People fly and try to shoot them in the clearings.
Yeah, the fishing game will hire.
Conservation.
Yeah,
Oh.
they'll hire professional shooters to fly around in certain areas that wolves are getting pretty bad, and they'll try to shoot them. So,
Hmm.
um, but mountain lions, you know, actually, I killed a mountain lion years ago, and I always said if I kill one, I'm good. I don't need to keep chasing them. But dude, I've killed three now, and the one last year really got me hooked on to one to actually target them. I went to Oregon bear hunting last year on August 1st, and it's year round for mountain lions. You can kill two in Oregon. Can't run them with hounds, can't bait them. Actually, I take that back. You can bait them. There's certain regulations with that. Um, but it's pretty conservative on the laws there. But I spotted this lion down in the bottom of the drainage where I thought a bear would be, and I could not believe it. I yard sailed everything and got down on one knee and shot the thing off my knee at 200 yards. And I didn't know how big he was. I knew he was a pretty good tom, and I get down to him. I'm like, holy shit, this thing is freaking huge. And I took all the meat, packed them all out, took him to Fish and Game. Next couple days, I think I killed him on a Saturday, and Fish and Game opened Monday. Took him in to get him checked, and the biologist was like, "Dude, this cat is huge. Like, probably one of the biggest cats I've ever seen." He goes, "You need to get this thing scored." And I had it professionally scored, and it made all-time Boone and Crockett. It was 15 and 3/16, and
Damn.
yeah, just an absolute monster of a cat. And it was only 5 years old. I got the age back. It was crazy. 5 years old. I don't know if they just messed up on the age or what, but uh, so after that, I was like, man, I got the itch now. Like I want to try to target them, you know, and I don't know if I'll have enough time to or not, but we'll see.
Dang.
What do you do to target mountain lions? Are you tracking, spotting, stalking?
I mean, I think if I was to actually target them, I'd probably try to do it in the wintertime. Just a fresh dusting of snow, go out and ride the roads, try to find some tracks, and actually just track them down. If you can find a fresh lion track a couple hours old, that cat's not going to be very far. So
Okay.
I know it's pretty hard to do in Idaho because there's so many hound hunters. Like to ride the roads around here in the wintertime, there's already going to be hound guys on that track. So I'd have to go to Oregon and
I thought
try it that way.
so. You can hound hunt or you can't?
Can't in Oregon, but you said you
Yeah.
can in Idaho.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
Yep.
got it.
Yep. There's not as many in Idaho, which is good. I mean, the hound hunters definitely have their purpose here, and the hound guys are pretty good about only taking big toms and leaving some for them to run every year, you know. But
Yeah.
it's good. They manage the big toms, get those out of the woods, and but Oregon's just so overrun with bears and lions. It's crazy. There's no good way to harvest them. You know, you got to have hound hunting for predators.
There's no good way legally to harvest them. You mean, or
Legally, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and then we well, like most everybody that looks into hunting out west hears how kind of liberal some of the laws are, and the people that make those decisions aren't typically outdoorsmen.
No, they are in Idaho for the most part. Idaho's a pretty damn good state to live in, honestly. Oregon and Washington, it's all ran by the big cities. You know, it's a liberal shithole state, both of them. Actually, Oregon's one of the most beautiful states I've ever been to. I think I love Oregon, and the hunting opportunities are great there. But it could be so much better if it wasn't such a liberal state.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say that about Illinois with their laws.
But you're right. I
rentals and
mean,
whatnot.
big city states are ran a lot more like that.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know?
for sure. Yeah, and hopefully Idaho doesn't go that way, but Boise's getting pretty blue down there. So,
It's growing. It happens.
Yeah.
It's like a plague.
well, all the California people are moving here and bringing their politics. It's like, dude, you guys like Idaho for a reason, and then you
Yeah.
bring your shitty politics here. It's like, the hell.
Go back to where you came from.
I know. I mean, I can't say much. I'm a transplant too, but I feel like I should have grew up here at least. But
We all are in some way, though. A transplant of some form or fashion.
dude, I tell you, it's crazy how small of a world it is. It seems like anybody I talk to out here, whether they grew up here or not, they always had ties to somebody back east, or they grew up back east, or they have family there. Yeah, it's such a small world.
Mm-hmm.
That's that Western mentality, though. I mean, everyone wanted to go west from the east, so they know somebody or someone or somehow or something from the East Coast side.
Dude, my first time visiting Bozeman, Montana, I took my wife there for her birthday one year because we'd never been fly fishing, and she said, "I want to learn how to fly fish," and I looked up, and that was a good place to go learn. And no shit, we met some people from Jefferson City, Missouri there. I was like, what the hell? We're trying to get away from you.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh yeah, Montana is blowing up big time. It's the Yellowstone show and things like all these new shows, man. They're just pushing Montana. I feel bad for my buddies that live over there if they're just getting swamped by people wanting to go there. But the fishing really is not what it's cracked up to. We have better trout fishing streams here in Idaho.
Yeah,
Montana is so overpopulated with fishermen.
We're going to cut that part out of this podcast, so we're not swamping Idaho.
Luckily,
a lot of those streams over there in Montana are all stock trout. All the streams here are all native trout. So,
well, and we fished the Yellowstone River, and the trout we were catching really weren't that big. Now, it was fun, but they weren't super big. We didn't keep any to try and. Well, I know when you're fly fishing, typically you're not supposed to keep them all, but I like to eat fish. And I asked the guide, I was like, "Are we going to keep any of these to cook?" And he's like, "Oh no, we don't do that." I was like, "Oh, well, shit."
So we release them into the cooler, right?
I want to put them in the cooler and then gut them and then fry them.
Yeah, no, that's a big no on the puristy side of fly fishing.
Yeah,
that's why I love fly fishing, but I hate fly fishermen. Oh my gosh, they're the gayest of the gays out there in the fishing community.
You and our buddy Brian would get along. Our pro staffer Brian Hopfer, he trout fishes every year here in Missouri, and they eat trout. but the streams, and they're stock streams mainly, but there's some good sized trout that ended up staying there and growing pretty big. But he goes out there with his regular old spin reel and he won't fly fish. He's like, fuck that. That's for faggots.
I love, like I said, I love fly fishing, but the people make it. The people make it just. Oh.
Yes. It's it's a lot like CrossFit. I hate it when people talk about it, but when someone owns a gym that does that style of workout,
Guilty. Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
it's not CrossFit. No.
We are not CrossFit affiliated anymore. We de-affiliated. We are a functional fitness gym.
American Grit.
American Grit Fitness.
He just works out on pull-outies now. not Pilates, pull-outies.
Well, we basically do Pilates, but with heavier weight. Same idea.
On Wednesdays they do pole dancing. I don't know. It's functional.
Listen.
Yeah. Monday night's gay night.
Hey, he's complaining, but he enjoys the show. So I don't know why he keeps saying this. Listen, don't be cool in front of our friend, okay?
Listen, he's a new damn good friend. I'm trying to impress him.
Hey, I tell you, I like rucking. Really get you into shape. Throw on 100 pounds on your back and go hike a couple miles up the road or whatever you have. Get you into shape, especially for Western hunting.
Oh, absolutely. Do you live in elevation? So like, what are you?
I'm almost at 4,000 feet here. So the winters are pretty bad. But the summers are pretty nice. Stays pretty cool up here. So.
Yeah. Well, and, I mean, if you're rucking with 100 pounds at 4,000 feet, you would be a monster down here at ground level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. You guys better bring your wood screws. I'm going to blow your doors off.
Seriously. We went to Colorado, I don't know, 10 years ago probably at this point.
Something like that.
And we did this Manitou incline. It was
Colorado
Springs. You climb this straight up path. It's a mile up. And you go from it's like 3,500 feet of elevation change in a mile. And talk about just humbling a fellow. We were all really fit back then. We were young. We were all in our early 30s, and we thought we were monsters, and we got passed by this 65-year-old man who was ripped to fucking pieces, and he ran up that son of a bitch, ran back down it, and ran up it again before we even made it to the top. I mean, just absolutely. We're like, what is wrong with you? No, I do it 3 times a week. We're like, fuck, we can't breathe.
Oh, it's no joke, man. I hunted at like 8,000 feet a couple years ago, and I was sucking wind. I just was not used to it. 4,000 feet, not a problem. Like I could run up hills, but just 4,000 feet in elevation makes so much difference in oxygen.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I've heard the horror stories of like, what is it, elevation sickness or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and well, even watching some of the famous, celebrity hunters, they go out and they don't know what it's like. They've flown out to Idaho or Montana or wherever, and they go up high and they're laying on the ground like, I can't finish this hunt. Like, shit, man, that looks like it sucks.
Dude, it's real.
Yeah, well, when I first moved here, I didn't know. I came out here and I'm like, holy shit, these are mountains. Like the Adirondack Mountains are rolling hills compared to this, So it took me a couple years to really get the hang of it and figure it out. And these hills out here, especially where I live, they look nice and smooth and grassy, but there's lava rock underneath that grass, so that you have no stability on hiking at all. Yeah, it's like, why the hell would God put lava rock under these steep ass mountains and make it even more treacherous for you?
Well, this bitch called Mother Nature decided to blow up a volcano.
Yeah, but that's what separates the men from the boys too. You get not a lot of people want to hike and hunt in that kind of terrain, and there's some really good hunting and not all that stuff. So,
hell yeah,
man, I'd love to do it.
So what big plans do you have for 2026?
Oh man, I put in for Montana deer elk general. I didn't draw that. I don't have good luck drawing Montana except for antelope. I'll draw an antelope tag every few years, but kind of struck out there. Just gonna hunt my normal tags here in Idaho. Probably gonna do a rifle elk hunt this year, switch it up a little bit. I got a Washington deer tag. I went blacktail hunting last year for the first time over on the West Coast in Washington. I got a small buck there. My first blacktail. I was pretty pumped. Um,
Nice.
Nice.
super sketchy over there with tweakers on public land and
Oh,
women's underwear scattered throughout the forest. It was pretty weird.
is that like a
Um,
marker for something or an invitation? What the hell's that
I,
for?
you
Sorry about
know,
that. I thought I cleaned all that up. I truly apologize.
if it was an invitation, it didn't work too well because I sat there for 2 days. No one came by.
Left you hanging.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if I'll do that again just because it's pretty sketchy. But I might try to do a mule deer hunt in the Blue Mountains or something over there in Washington this year. I don't have a ton of plans. Gonna just try to do my normal. I
Yeah.
got I got some applications in for Oregon, so maybe I'll draw something there. But I'm kind of in between. I try to rotate my points from Montana to Oregon, so I at least draw one of those tags every year, so I can at least do one out of state hunt.
Hmm.
But I kind of burned my points last year in Oregon, so I'm gonna have to recover from those. But
Did you kill an organ?
yeah, I killed a really nice muley in Oregon last year in a wilderness area.
Was that your long shot
And
you took?
no, that one, shit, that was only 40 yards.
Oh,
I, I snuck up on him in his bed, and yeah, it was pretty sweet. I got there 2 days before opening day, and just scouted this deer, just watched his everyday movements and habits, and figured him out. And opening morning, I was the first one down on that ridge, and I shot him like 20 minutes after daylight, right in his bed. So
War-
there was a lot of hunters around me too. I would say probably 20 different camps within a mile. And I camped right on the spine, right on the ridge. I slept in my truck trying to hold that spot. And yeah, I was the first one down in there that morning and got lucky. And then I went back in that same unit. I drew a rifle L tag, and I just shot a branch bull over there. So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
how many? And some of those guys had to have probably watched you kill that
Yeah.
mule deer, and them, like some of them might have been hunting him as well. You think?
I don't honestly know if anybody ever saw that deer. Uh, no one was really scouting. They were just driving around, drinking beers on the back roads and getting ready for opening day kind of thing.
You guys
Every
can
time someone,
drink and drive in your state?
and oh, no, not legally,
Oh,
but
they do.
yeah,
It's the
people
Wild
do.
West, dude. They can do anything they want to.
Oh, as soon as they hit the dirt road, man, that's people to start cracking them. So,
Well,
but
We would never do
it
that.
may or may not be the exact same in Missouri. I
yeah.
cannot confirm nor deny.
I'm not making any
No.
accusations.
I never miss an opening day. If I draw a tag somewhere, I don't miss opening day because that is your best shot. I try to get there at least a day before, try to find an animal and stay on that animal, and try not to let anybody else know that you're looking at that animal, or just get off the road a little ways and set up a spotter so no one knows what you're doing. But that's been my secret, is just to get there a day or two before and just find one and stay on it and don't worry about anything else. Don't even look. If you find one animal that you want to go after, don't go looking. Just sit right there. I watched that deer for 2 days. It was long ass days. I just watching him just sleeping in his bed. So
Just hanging out with him.
yeah, pretty much just hung out in his bedroom. I snuck down into where I actually ended up killing him both days, and watched him 50 yards from me just come up out of this bowl and just go into his bed, and I knew right where he was bedding every day. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it worked out sweet.
Yeah.
You're an apex predator, brother.
I don't.
That's awesome.
I get lucky, man.
Shit, you can't call that luck, man. You were there 2 days early scouting and watching, and you put the time in. I love it.
But shit, all it takes is a coyote to run through and bust him up, though.
That's true.
You never know, man.
I think
So-
I think any hunt is 80% luck. You're
I
20%.
absolutely-
You put in all that work. You put in all these thoughts and all this time. But like you said, there are so many variables that are uncontrollable
Yep.
80% of the time, you can't guarantee it. That deer is just going to show up when he shows up, and or deer or elk or whatever you're hunting at the time. They're going to show up, and you're going to kill them, or you
Yep.
might not. Then you have
I,
other variables after the deer or animal actually shows up. Then all these other fucking variables arrive. Was the wind right? Can I shoot this guy? How far away is he? Like there's
yep.
just
No, I
always.
absolutely agree with that statement. It's hunting is it might even be more than 90%,
Yeah,
luck. It's it's the time spent, like I said before, the time spent in the woods, the more opportunities you're gonna have. It's
Mm-hmm.
just
yep,
plain and simple. So whether it's 5 days of scouting and 1 day of hunting, or no scouting and 10 days of hunting, you're gonna, it's just the time spent out there. That's what I can bring
yeah,
to people is
Dude, I'm
rather
about
than do, rather than try to do 3 different hunts every year on a long weekend. Why don't you just take one good 2 week vacation and make sure you spend enough time after that one tag instead of trying to fill 3 tags, and you'll get it
for
done.
sure. Well, you said the best word, opportunity. Like
Yeah.
you're literally working for that opportunity to harvest the animal. Nothing's
Yep.
guaranteed. We've
Yep.
we've had some rough runs here with certain animals in our hunting
mainly
adventures,
turkeys.
mainly turkey. However, my son, I will say, my son got on a turkey this year and he killed a stellar fucking turkey from Missouri. I'm super pumped for him, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a rough road. It's just a fucking adventure. It's an opportunity for a chance.
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. Couldn't agree
Patience
more.
and persistence, man. Patience and persistence definitely it can and will pay off when you spend the time out there to do it. So
Oh, dude, I've gotten so discouraged on hunts and just ready to throw in a towel, and it's like, no, I'm here. I drove all this way. I'm gonna stay until the day I have to go back. And when like dude, I've killed animals on the very last day of my hunt, just because I didn't give up. So,
yep.
um, yeah, hell yeah,
Sorry,
man.
my wife
Never
stepped in.
give
My
up.
dog got sprayed by a skunk.
Is that what I'm
So
smelling right now? Okay, I thought something was burning.
just
Oh man,
my wife's back here going, check your phone. I'm like, okay, your dog's been sprayed by a
Where's the
skunk.
dog
She's
at?
outside.
uh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I get to fuck with that at 10 o'clock at night. So that'd be cool. After I eat my pizza, obviously,
I'm
but
sleeping in my truck tonight.
dude, he might be
Oh
out
man,
there. He'll spray you.
oh, that's brutal. Go get
Dude,
go get go get the tomato juice.
Yeah,
I was
spam
just
dogs,
looking
dude.
around down here thinking something was burning. It's a skunk. Oh God.
It's awesome. And he's a massive dog. He's not little. It's about 120 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
A lab Dane, just absolute monster. It's going to take a lot of money to clean that fucking dude.
Well, I'm sure we have a chore ahead of us right now, but let me ask a few
No,
questions real
please,
quick.
no. He will wait.
Well, this sounds like it smells bad right now.
Yeah.
Jase, if we were going to make a plan to in the future to come, hang out with you and go on a fishing trip, what's the best time of year to do that with you?
If you want to go steelhead fishing, that's what I would recommend, because it's salmon fishing's pretty tough. I spent almost 50 hours on the river last year to catch one, so that's not your best opportunity to come out and catch a fish. But
Okay.
steelhead anywhere from January to March. So
Nice. Okay.
Once you get closer to March, you have the weather to factor in. The river could blow out and it could suck. So I try to, like, right around February
Okay.
is the best time. So yeah, mark that on your calendars, man.
Yeah, that's it. We're always looking for new opportunities for different experiences, and one of our mottos is we're not just here to work and pay taxes. We're here to make memories in the outdoors with damn good friends, because God gave us some beautiful scenery, and we want to see some more of it. And I've been to Idaho, but I've never been to the wilderness in Idaho, so that's an
Yeah,
opportunity. I would love to try and get you out here for an April turkey season if we could one of these days. Be
absolutely.
happy to have you and show you some of the country roads in central Missouri.
Yeah.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
my plan is to do 4 or 5 states every spring, different states.
Okay.
So I'm working my way across the states.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. So
Well,
no, it'd be awesome.
last question I got for you. Give us your definition or description of a damn good friend.
I tell you, man, everybody has a lot of friends, but the friends that you can count on, the people that are going to answer your phone call at 3 in the morning, come pack a bowl out, and just an absolute shithole. The friends that will drop everything for you. I have quite a few of those, and I'm very thankful for them. And they just they don't make them like that very often, man. So
Agreed.
they're yep.
100%.
I cherish those friends very much. We did a hunt a few years ago. 4 of my good buddies. They all came on a trip with me to Oregon. They didn't even have a tag of their own, and they were just there to help out and make some damn good memories. So those are damn good buddies right there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And thinking back, I know I've had friendships that took turns because took turns the wrong way because I figured out they were not willing, and I put myself out there. I was willing to be there for them. Work, hunting, a couch to stay on, needed
Yep.
bail money in the middle of the night, whatever, and I'd be there, but they weren't there. And as I've gotten older, my circle's gotten smaller. So
Absolutely.
I love
Yeah.
that. Typically, we always relate it to hunting because we've been in some miserable places in the wilderness, and that's where you find some damn good friends to make memories with.
You can still
But,
climb in a truck and laugh about it and crack a beer and be like, dude, that sucked so bad.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
those are good friends for sure.
Yeah, friends come and go over the years, but the good ones you hold on to, and yeah, for sure. Like it goes both ways, man. You got to be there for them, and if they're not there for you, man, that's not a damn good buddy. That's a friend that you don't really need in life.
Definitely
yeah.
agree.
Yep.
Well, Jase, we got a chore ahead of us, so
Sounds like I go give my dog a bath.
Well, hopefully you didn't shit on the floor too.
God, dude, oh, man, that would be the grand slam of hell right there. So
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
Well, thank you very much for being on the podcast, brother. We'll be in touch with you. Stay on for just a second, but we'll be in touch with you for future plans, hopefully.
Absolutely, you guys. I'm holding you to it.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, man.